Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Willie, and this is the encouraging word for today, where we're learning lessons from the life of King David. Today, we're going to learn that you must kill the enemy. You must kill the enemy. You can't toy with the enemy. You can't just wound the enemy. You can't tie up the enemy. You must kill the enemy. So here's the scene. David wins the battle with Goliath. Goliath is knocked down. It doesn't seem like he's dead yet, but he's knocked down, he's out, and David is pronounced the winner. David's overcome the confrontation. Goliath has been defeated. The war is over. Remember the deal they made in the beginning. Two champions would fight, David against Goliath, and whichever one won, that country, the Philistines or the Israelite community, would be the winners. The other would become their slaves. David has won. The war is over. The Israelites prevail. They were the winner. Game over. The boxing match is over. David's hand is raised up by the referee. Yet David does something strange. Let's pick up the story in 1 Samuel 17, verse 51. David ran and stood over him, over Goliath. He took hold of the Philistine's sword, drew it from the sheath, and after he killed him, he cut off his head. So apparently he stabbed him, killed him. Maybe he was breathing a little bit. He killed him, and then he cut off his head. He cut off his head. Why such brutality? Was David just a violent man? Was he a sadistic man? What about the rules of law? Why not let Goliath go home, recuperate, or if he dies, let him be buried? The battle's over. Instead, he kills and cuts off his head. This gives us a spiritual principle. A spiritual principle. Don't misunderstand me. This is a spiritual principle. The spiritual principle is that the enemies of God must be killed. Don't misunderstand. I'm not talking about jihad, which is wrong. I'm not talking about any kind of violence. But the enemies we face within and without must be killed in our life. Sin in my heart must be killed. I must put to death those things that hinder me, that hold me back. I must kill them, eliminate them totally, cut off the head. Don't even leave a remnant of it at all. Just like when you're in the garden taking weeds out, you have to take it out by the root. Otherwise, it will grow right back again. So whatever that enemy is, it has to be rooted out in our lives. If you and I want to be followers of Jesus, we must root out everything in our lives that keeps us from God's will. That means people, eliminate them from our contacts, delete things from our phones, from our social media, hang around with only certain people who don't lead us in bad directions. So we have to be serious. Jesus put it this way: if your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. Cut off your arm. Whatever it takes. Sin is serious and must be killed. Can't be toyed with. Can't be allowed to be played with. Can't be tolerated. It must be killed. No halfway measures. Otherwise, the enemy will come back. That's the lesson, the spiritual lesson for me and for you. Tomorrow is Friday, and the title of the devotional tomorrow is Be the Tide Changer. Be the Tide Changer. Until then, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.